What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hashware Hub. It's about 9:30 on December 27th, 9:30 Eastern Time, PM. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because you are going to want what we have in 2018. The title of this video, which I'm not even sure what we're going to make it, maybe we'll make it like Kill It in 2018 or Own 2008, something like that, but something to that effect. But if you have any interest in trading at all, whether you've been trading a ton or you're thinking about trading, you want to subscribe to our channel. That's for one very small reason. Not even getting into all the other reasons right now, but you want to subscribe to our channel because this is the way we've been trading over at least the past year. And I want to review a few of the major currencies just to show you what we've been doing. And if you feel it's of value, subscribe. Even if you're just going to be passively trading. In other words, if you're in the cryptocurrency industry, you own cryptocurrencies. And if you own cryptocurrencies, then it's a position. And if it's a position, you need to know how to defend it. So even if you don't want to trade and you're in this industry, guess what? You're trading. You may be maybe not explicitly trading, but you're trading even if you own it. So yeah, let's get right into it. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty as far as what is each one of these indicators and how to use them and so on and so on. But I'm going to give you kind of just a blanket, overhaul here. And even for those that have been following us on all our videos, this is still a great video for you to kind of just brush up and take a look of, a big picture look of what's been going on and what we've been doing. We've only been recently making these videos, and we don't need to make these videos. These videos really aren't for us. The videos are for the cryptocurrency, industry. It's for the whole, everyone who's involved. We feel there's a lot of people out there that aren't doing the right thing, and we'd like to do the right thing. So these signals and these indicators and stuff like that, and the way in which we go about looking at the market, this took me well over a decade to hone my skill when I was on Wall Street. So there's thousands and thousands of hours invested into this. And so, I feel it's useful. We make a profit doing it, to say the very least. It's a lot more than just that. But, we feel that, other people would be interested in hearing it. And, there are a lot of new people in the industry that have never traded anything in their life. So we feel that we need to push the education out there. So if there's a lot more other education coming through, this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be getting into Elliott wave analysis, Gann analysis, all sorts of bells and whistles that we utilize and how we utilize them to create a bigger picture. But first, let's take a look at some of these charts. Right now, we're looking at Bitcoin. This is a daily chart. So each candle, in other words, each green line represents one day. And sometimes people get overly, pent up when they see a bunch of lines, indicators on here, and you need to relax. You need to just look at the data. Don't be so intense on it, trying to pull whatever. Just look at the big picture, okay? Try to almost dance with the data, okay? And that's exactly the way in which these indicators are built and how we utilize them. So really, they're pretty self-explanatory. If you look at the chart long enough, you look at a few charts long enough, pause the video here, take a look at it, you will see how these things are being used, okay? And I'm just going to go over it really quick. The first one is trend strength. The second one here is D-trend. The third one is MACD, like MACD, but a little bit different. I'll get into that in another video. And the third one is sine wave, okay? Trend strength, really simple. As the trend strength is at the top, it means bullish. When it's in the bottom, it means bearish. When it crosses from one to the other, okay, it means that there's going to be a change in direction. The D-trend, same thing. It's basically the market data detrended. They take the trend out of it. In other words, you see how this whole thing basically goes from here like -2 to 4, okay? It kind of oscillates somewhere around 0. It's not an oscillator where it actually oscillates around 0, but it gives you a general idea of the direction of the market. And this is really good to take a look to see if there's divergence between the price and this indicator. It gives a very early look as to possibly something's going on in the market. Okay, MACD, everybody knows how to use MACD. If not, Google it. Last one is the sine wave indicator. The sine wave indicator is the same sine wave indicator that you learned in grade school, but it's influenced by the data. It's influenced by the detrended data. Okay, sine wave indicator likes to go from highs and lows and back and forth. Okay, it's a great way of getting an idea of when the market's at a low point or a high point, and it can only be used during certain times. And if you go through our videos and we talk about it more and more, we talk about how to use this, and it becomes really self-explanatory. So anyway, I'm going to get into it right here. So Bitcoin, this is a Bitcoin chart. This thing is basically a year long. This first one here is January, and right here is December. This last candle right here is today. And the blue line, the blue crosses mean the fact that there's a chance that the market's going to go up. The red means the opposite. Pretty self-explanatory. And you can see that's really what happened. Blue, the market kind of trended up. Red, market trended down. Blue, up. Red, down. Up and down. Up and down. Okay? So even here, we didn't get a blue mark. We didn't get a blue mark, but it doesn't mean that it's not time to buy. Okay? Because we have the trend strength. Remember, the trend strength tells us where is the market really headed. Okay? So, with that said, I mean, really, did you know to buy Bitcoin at call it $1,000? I don't think so, right? I don't think you did. Did you know to even buy it here? Okay, where this was like $7,000. Okay, I don't think so. You know, nobody was really coming out and saying that with confidence, and we were confident that it was going to run up. I mean, that's what everything was showing us. So, you know, a lot of people could say, well, if you bought anything, you would have made money. Well, yeah, you know, if you bought anything, you would have made money, but you would have had a lot of sleepless nights. You would not have been really sure at all if you were going to make money. You would have been basically just saying, you know, this is a Hail Mary pass, you know, from end zone to end zone. I take $1,000, take $100, $10, whatever made you comfortable. And you say, okay, I'm basically going to put the money on black. And that was most people's, way in which they sold themselves to investing into the cryptocurrency world, as far as investing into Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ether or whatever else it is. Kind of a Hail Mary. You know, some people are like, oh, I like the fundamentals, I like the technology. Yeah, you know what, I say BS. It's still a Hail Mary. You know, even for us here, you know, we not only trade this market, but we trade all sorts of other different markets. You know, even for us, you know, hey, okay, you know, it's a new market. We need to learn about how it trades. We need to learn how it reacts and stuff like that. Even for us, we're like, okay, it's more of on a higher risk range of what we trade, but really more for the only main reason is because of the fact that, hey, we don't really trade this market yet, and this was, you know, some time ago, and now we trade it. Now we understand it, and we understand it really, really well. So anyway, I mean, this is Bitcoin. Next, let's look at the next one. The next one is Dash. Similar story right here too. Okay, I mean, you know, you can see right here. I mean, the trend strength kind of came off a low, it turned up, and boom, the market was off, you know, to the races. The blue line here is a really great thing. It's used in 3 different ways. It's used to show a potential change in direction from a bullish to a bearish direction, and also it's great for a low risk entry point. And the third thing is it's great for is a place to possibly put your stops depending on your risk level. You can put them above or below or at the blue line. But like a low risk entry, I mean, look at it right here. Okay, super bullish. I mean, when this trend strength, you know, is pinned like this, okay, basically almost flatlining at the bullish position, okay, and the market dips down like this, okay, market dips down like this, and you have like the sine wave indicator right here, the purple crosses over the blue. I mean, this is just like, we love these trades. I mean, this is super low risk. I mean, you get in right around this blue line or on the blue line, and boom, this thing is so low risk. I mean, let's say you get in at like a 650, right? Get in 650. I mean, you can put your stop loss right below it. You can put, you know, 550. Okay, that's $100 loss. $100 loss for, you know, as far as risk that you're putting on for like a potential profit of, you know, I mean, this is kind of is this 650? I mean, this thing ran all the way up to almost $1,600 here. So, you know, you do the math. Pretty awesome odds. Anyway, let's move to the next thing. Next thing is Ether. Similar story. I mean, Blue cross, right? Market moving up. Red cross, market moving down. Blue cross, market moving up. Red cross, market, I mean, it's perfect. Just, it's perfection. You can't ask for anything better than that. And then the trend strength indicator, just corroborating everything. I mean, it's one for one. And another thing I want to mention here, none of this is optimized. Zero. There's zero optimization here. I won't optimize. I don't optimize. If you optimize, you're setting yourself up for failure. A lot of different software packages that are out there and a lot of other indicators and stuff like that, they give you the ability to optimize. F that. If you're optimizing, you're setting yourself up for failure. Okay, you don't need an indicator to be 100% perfect by any means. Okay, you need indicators. Okay, don't use a lot. We say 4 or 5 type of thing. Indicators to go ahead and paint you a picture. They're telling you a story. It's the same way you sit down and you read a story to your child or your niece or your nephew or anybody. You're telling them a story, and so you need to look at these indicators and be like, hey, indicator number 1, what are you telling me? Hey, indicator number 2, what are you telling me? It's really as simple as that. So, I mean, this is pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, again, here, this trend strength kind of moved up and the market moved up, on and on and on. So next, let's take a look at Ether. I mean, we were buying it at these super low levels here. This is like, what is this? Let's say this is 50 or something like that. Okay, that's probably 20. Okay, this is about 20. Yeah, we were actually buying it even lower than that, from what I remember. Next, Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin, same story. Can't really say much about it. I mean, I can pull up examples left and right, but I mean, it's I mean, this is it. I mean, again, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, on and on and on. I mean, even here, I mean, okay, the trend strength kind of came off, and it's telling you, okay, the market's going to dip down, and the market did dip down. Okay, it wasn't a big dip, but it was big enough. Even here, D-trend. I mean, this is beautiful, what we like to see as far as giving us an idea. I mean, you see here, okay, the market topped out, the D-trend topped out, and the D-trend went down. Okay, went down much sharper, much steeper than what's going on here, and it continued to go down, right? So that's one of the things that tells us, hey, take your stop losses and move them close up to the price. You don't have to get out of your whole position. Get out of 50 of it, get out of 75% of it, de-risk your position, get out of a lot of it. Okay, so when it does come down and do this bump down here, you're not sitting there and kicking yourself, all night long because your account took such a hit. So it's the way to go about things. Next, let's take a look at Ripple. Okay, Ripple. I mean, a lot of activity in Ripple. Ripple didn't have a lot of trading volume, and it was very sporadic in the beginning. So the indicators are kind of like all over the place, especially the blue and the red crosses get impacted by that quite a bit. But I mean, even look at it here, blue cross. Okay, blue cross. The trend strength came up. Okay, before the blue cross. I mean, even the sine wave indicator came up. Okay, and even if this is, you could have looked at this then as like a high risk trade, because all this noise kind of going on back here that could have scared you. You may not have known that this was gonna shoot up like this. Okay, but let's really de-risk this entry. Let's super de-risk it. Okay, so it moves and moves on. Okay, the trend strength indicator is kind of coming down here, but next day, I mean, the sine wave indicator is turning up. Okay, the red is crossing above the blue, right? the trend is still in an okay position. Okay, but the price is like right on the blue line. I mean, it's like right on the blue line. So I mean, it's like the lowest risk you can possibly get as far as getting a trade on. And yeah, okay, it could have just gone down south from here, but it's one of these types of things. Hey, let me put some money on it. I'll put some money on it. Okay, whoa, runs up. Whoa, runs up again. Hey, you know something? Let me add on a little bit more. Let me add on a little bit more. Before you know it, this thing is shooting for the stars. And, you know, it's a great trade. Great trade. So, you know, this is how we kind of go about things. And, you know, if you guys are interested, I would say definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because notification bell gets you the information directly into your inbox. And, you know, take a look at some of our past videos. Take a look at some of the trades that we put on, some of the more real-time stuff. Take a look at some of our past videos where we go a little bit more into the indicators. We're going to have all sorts of education coming up too. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to kill it in 2018, I think that's maybe what we're going to go ahead and call this, kill it in 2018. If you guys really want to kill it and really have a very good looking glass into the direction of currencies that you're interested in, definitely, you know, put us in your repertoire of tools that you're using in order for trading, or at least holding. Okay, even if you're holding securities, you want to know what's going on. You want to say, hey, you know something? Brian said there's a tendency of possibly there may be a little of a pullback here. So, you know, you can prepare yourself for that. Okay, you don't wake up one night and all of a sudden your account's like down 10% and you're sitting there kicking yourself and looking for every news story that's out there. Okay, to tell you why it's been down 10%. You know, I'll get into this now we're talking about news stories. I'll get into this for a second. We don't believe really in news stories. We don't believe in fundamentals. Okay, we look at purely the technicals. That's it. Your fundamentals are good for kind of like, you know, water cooler talk type thing. But we don't trade on fundamentals at all. Okay, but if your account goes down 10, 20% and you didn't really have an idea that it may go down, okay, guess what? You're going to be searching every, you know, fundamental story that you possibly can get your hands on to kind of say, oh, okay, well, it was because of that, so that's not such a big deal. Well, you know, more times than not, there was signs, there was signals ahead of time saying that that market was going to sell off, that market was going to sell off, it was going to fall off. And more times than not, we know about them. Okay, so really, even if, like I said, if you're holding, you need to know about us. You need to know about what we are talking about here. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. I didn't want the video to go on too long, but I think it went on a little bit longer than I wished. Anyway, with that, happy trading. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Any questions at all, you can leave a comment down below or you can email us. All right? Happy trading.